Hey, what's going on, Formula One fans? I am Dalton, and you are watching the Petrolist. Guess what? It is the end of the 2024 season. If you didn't know that, I'm not quite sure why you're watching, but welcome anyway. So for this video, I'm going to keep it short and simple because it's, holiday season and all that kind of stuff. There's no race, and I got more research to do to get into the nitty gritty of all the driver escapades and whatnot, but I did something that, for the research for this video, I did something that I don't suggest anyone do. What is that? I'm glad you asked. I actually went back and watched one of my old videos, and it was absolutely terrible. I have to give a special thanks to everyone who actually, watched that video and subscribed at that point in time. It was really bad, and I guess you had some faith that I was going to improve, and improve I really do think I did. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'm going to put a link to that video if you want to see how, let's be glass half full. If you want to see how much I've improved, watch this video. Or, on the other hand, if you want to see how bad my videos used to be, watch this video. Again, I don't suggest anybody. Let's get into it though, because the reason I watched that video is because I did Formula One 2024 season predictions, and I wanted to go back and check and see how right or wrong I was. So I predicted that Red Bull was going to win the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. What really happened is Red Bull won the Drivers' Championship and McLaren won the Constructors' Championship. Now, a couple of things, as you well know, played into that. There was the whole T-valve thing. So once you engineer a car around a certain component and then you have to take that component out, it ruins more than just that component. It ruins all the engineering that went around the car. And I got to give, hats off to Max Verstappen for being able to drive a car that was basically de-engineered and still get a win or two in the season after that. Perez, on the other hand, did not get any wins, and Red Bull ended up with 9 wins, which is actually all Max Verstappen wins. So that's what happened there. I said that Mercedes was going to win 5 races. I gave 3 of those wins to Lewis Hamilton and 2 of those wins to George Russell. What really happened is Lewis Hamilton won 2 and George Russell won 2. Now, one could argue that, maybe in Spa, if it wasn't for, tire gates or whatever, George Russell could have won 3. There was another race where George Russell won it, and Lewis Hamilton probably could have won if he'd qualified better. But anyway, they ended up almost neck and neck, although I have to say it again, in the entire tenure of the Lewis Hamilton, George Russell teammate partnership, whatever thingy, Lewis Hamilton actually did end up with more cumulative points, and that is across the, 4 seasons? The 3 seasons that they were teammates? I don't know. I can look that up, but I probably won't. Ferrari, I said that Ferrari was only going to win 2 races. Now, you'll have to forgive me. Ferrari had really bad reliability and really bad strategy in 22 and 23, and I thought more of that would carry into 24. So I said Ferrari would win 2 races. I said Sainz would win 1, and I said Leclerc would win 1. What really happened is Sainz won 2 and Leclerc won 3. Now, this is, I think, results-wise, like points or statistically, this is Leclerc's personal best season. Ferrari has a lot better reliability, so going into 2025, I think that is going to bode well for them. We've got a slightly weakened Red Bull in terms of the prospects for next year, and a stronger Ferrari and definitely a strong McLaren. So 2025, I'm not going to do predictions right now, but maybe once we get into testing, I will do my predictions again because it's kind of a fun way to wrap up. I gave Aston Martin 1 win, and of course, I gave that 1 win to Fernando Alonso. And guess what? Aston Martin came up with a big ol' goose egg. Now, who knows? Maybe toward the end of testing, I will give Aston Martin another win or two because they're going to have the Adrian Newey effect. And like I said, they're going to have a slightly weaker Red Bull. Possibly. Red Bull's really good, though, so they could come up with a 2025 car that is outstanding, but I think other teams are going to have a little bit of a fighting chance this year. And of course, I gave Lance Stroll none. And for McLaren, you're going to love this one. I said McLaren would win 1 race. And I also gave that 1 race to Piastri. Now, what really happened is Norris won 4 races and Piastri won 2. So as you can see, I did really amazingly well. And I was very accurate on my predictions. So on top of that video being really amazing, my predictions were amazing too. But with that said, thank you for watching the Petrol List during the 2024 season. And guess what? The Petrol List is going to be back next season. So get ready for more racing reviews and hijinks and all that kind of stuff. Now, in addition to Formula One stuff, and again, Formula One is the primary focus of the Petrol List. Let's get that straight. If you want to subscribe because you want to hear about Formula One, you are absolutely in the right place. I say again, if you want to hear about Formula One stuff and you want to subscribe, you are absolutely in the right place. But I was looking back in the archives, and you guys did like my car shows, like the ones that I work on really well, the ones where I get all artsy and I like, change scenes like in rhythm with the song and stuff. I'm gonna do more of those. I did Hot Import Nights, and that one has a good amount of views. I think it's like at 1,000 now. And for my channel, because I have a small channel, 1,000 is actually pretty good. So I did Hot Import Nights already, and that is still collecting the views. And I am working on the Wreckfest car show, and that one is going to be live by the time the year is out. It's going to be live in the month of December. I am working on it in my spare time. It's like knitting. Yeah, it's like knitting. You just kind of sit there and you just, got your needle and thread and just kind of like putting some stuff together. So if you like car shows, like really good car show footage, then another reason to subscribe to the Petrol List. And another thing that I saw that you guys liked, you liked my car interview. I did a car interview with the 1968 Mercury Cougar. That one has just been sitting back there in all of its evergreen glory and just collecting views. I think it's like up to 2,500 views. So I'm working with some folks that I know to line up interviews. So if you like car interviews, another reason to subscribe. Now, admittedly, I will do probably less of those because they're really hard to coordinate, but I'm going to try and sprinkle a few of those in there. And then what else? You guys really liked the new car news. I think it was the Hyundai N-Vision, and I think it was the Mazda, something or other. Anyway, apparently new car news is something that you guys like, so I'll do a little bit more of that. So again, primary focus is Formula One, and those categories of other automotive tidbits, if you will, are things I'm going to be working on. Now, this video is actually a little bit longer than I expected. I thought I was just going to do a really quick review, which I kind of did, kind of didn't. But that said, thanks for watching the Petrol List. I have been Dalton. This has been the Petrol List, and you guys have been great. if you want to go back, just for funsies, go back in time. Not really, because you probably don't have a time machine. But for funsies, go back in time on my channel and watch some, I don't know, should you? They're really bad. Yeah, if you want to, for funsies, go back and take a look at some of my earlier videos. Again, this was a brand new channel when I started out. Of course it was. This was a brand new channel a year ago. I didn't know anything. I didn't have my studio set up, and I definitely did not have the presentation and the personality for the camera kind of dialed in. Like, you got to do a lot. You got to speak and be animated, because all the personality that you have in real life, like, I feel like 90% of that gets sucked away on camera. So you got to be like larger than life when you're on the camera. Yeah, it's cool stuff. Like, if you guys are interested in any kind of like, what did I learn from doing a whole bunch of YouTube videos, let me know in the comments. I am totally down to make that video. But outside of that, I guess I'll sign off again. Well, I already signed off. You know who I am. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm out.